And for my essay that I wrote for Flores, it's an essay about 3 problems that I face. Right? 3 problems that I face. You know, I look at it like 3 things that I go through, and also, you know, just to relate it to what we all doing as a group. What's everybody's
sustaining life?
Sustaining life in Oakland. You know, like, it's crazy living in Oakland because, you know, each of us come to school every day. Each of us grew up going to, like, kindergarten, middle school, looking at each other and thinking we all the same. Like, damn near, you feel me? Because we don't look at, we was so young, we didn't look at what was coming our way as we got older. But, like, a problem I had growing up was, like, always being, like, consistent with things. Like, even as a little boy, like, I didn't play no sports or nothing, so it's like I wasn't getting ready to go to practice. I wasn't, you know, it was like we lived day by day. Like, either I'm gonna do this today, I'm gonna do that tomorrow. Like, you know, we was never like, or it was never nothing like, oh, I like riding bikes, and I did that for a long time. Like, you know, it was like, oh, I did it for a little bit of time, and then now I'm on to something new. There's always something popping off, you know, like it's always something popping off in my neighborhood. So I was always getting into something different, you know, trying new things, like. Even with good things, you know, even doing good things, like, we was always trying new things, but then also with, like, negative, you know, bad things or whatever, like, we learned one thing, now we learning more things, you feel me? But it's not like we stuck to one thing, it's just we all learning different things and stuff, so, I don't know, being consistent has just been hella hard for me. Like, even growing up, even coming to school, or, one thing I say I've been the most consistent in my life is just going to school. Even if I haven't been doing my best at it, it's just going to school, like, I still come to school now, you feel me? I've been coming to school since kindergarten. But, and then, like, now as I get older, one problem that I face, like, now, or, you know, like, recently, is keeping the temptation away of feeling like I need things that I want, you know? Like, especially just now that I'm older, I know I don't learn so much things that in my head, you know, just me, I know so many ways to get it. You know, like, there's good things I know how to do, so much good things I know how to do, and then there's so much bad things I know how to do. And the only reason I bring this up as a problem is because I'm bringing up my problems not as in, like, problems that are to me, but problems that I realize that other people face as well. Because I got partners, I got friends, people I really don't know like that who they want something, they don't got it, and they're gonna go get it, whatever it's gonna take. And, you know, we all get to that point where we're like, fuck. Like, I'm tired of not having this. I'm tired of not being able to ask somebody for something. You know, I'm tired of all this stuff. So what we do, we go out there and get it. You know, whatever we gotta do, whatever we learned how to do, whatever we doing, that's what we go do. And, you know, like, that's what's the thing? Sustaining, right?
It's not sustainable.
I mean,
or is it?
It's not sustainable, I guess, but it's sustainable in certain people's situations because that's what some people do out here to get by. That's what some kids in our school. I'm not saying anything, but you can think of whatever you want to think of. But that's what some kids come to do every day at school, to come to school how they come. Right? And half of these kids, most of these kids don't got it like that. So they out there really getting it by themselves, you know, doing whatever they got. Even girls and boys, you feel me? Everybody got, it's girls and boys out here doing what they gotta do. Not because they want to do it, you feel me? Like, growing up, I done met so much people. I done met drug dealers, I done met like real prostitutes, you feel me? Everything, like young women, young men doing shit that they telling me like it ain't something I wanted to do, it's something I really had to do. You feel me? Like, I'm like, and I look at their stories and I listen to them and I say like, damn, that's crazy. This is the life that we live. You feel me? It's like it's really so much shit going on in our neighborhoods and our life that, you know, the temptation to do all these certain things is there. You know, we grow up seeing people get money, you know, or nowadays I really blame it on Instagram. Like, you on Instagram seeing her do a premium, or you on Instagram seeing her holding a stripper. Now other little girls looking at her like, oh, she getting money. She driving in a nice car. Or now you see kids, boys, you know, me as a boy, I see people over there doing such and such, like trapping or robbing, hitting licks. You know, they've been doing all this for some money, and I see people really getting it. So that's what make good temptation. Like, if he's doing that, for sure he can do it. If we're gonna apply that pressure, I can apply that pressure too. You know, like, if I'm capable of something, they're capable of it too. So that temptation is crazy, you know, coming from Oakland. Because that shit fucks with us, you know, it could lead us to death and jail. Or, you know, actually getting something out of it. But, and also, like, growing up in Oakland, one other problem I face a lot is having that feeling of like that type of family feeling. Like when I go home, it's a family because my grandma still goes to work. You feel me? My mom, she don't live with me. You know, my pa, she don't live with me. Like, it's crazy. Like, even growing up, I grew up like with my grandma. So that's been my family right there. You know what I'm saying? So like, I don't got that mama and dad, like, oh, my daddy and my mom home. So that's my family. Nah, my family is my grandma and my aunties. Like, I don't got no uncles, none of that. And it never felt like it was some family there because everybody works. Everybody's at work. It ain't no come together. Like, it ain't no like, oh, you about to have dinner together. Like, none of that. You feel me? Like, that's some shit that I assume a lot of kids in Oakland go through. You feel me? A lot of my friends go through where they don't got no family. Like, it's their mom going to work, they sister doing this, and they doing that. The only thing the house used for is to go to sleep, to shower, use the restroom, you know, like that. All them little things is difficult. It's hard for like young adults to like, you know, get through this shit because in life you really do need a lot of things. You really do need a lot of like motivation. You know, you need to wake up every day feeling good about yourself because it's hard. You know, wake up like, damn, I gotta go to school and my clothes dirty, or oh, I know like I smell funny or I look dummy, you feel me? Or like if I don't do, you know, like hella people go through hella shit. So
what's gonna change, Chris?
With me, like with being consistent with certain things, it's just I feel like I need to find something I really like to do. You know, like something that really calls my attention all the way, something where I feel like I'm doing what I want to do and bettering myself. But it's hard. I still haven't found anything like that. You know what I mean? I still got a lot of things that I gotta deal with that I should be like being consistent with, but I'm also caught up doing so much other shit. I need to learn how to put all that other shit to the side and put my mind into, you know, what's going to help me out more. For me. And with the temptation of doing all kinds of crazy shit, I just know how to control myself. I know what everything I do is gonna bring me. I realize the consequences. You know, I've seen people go to jail, and I don't just look at them and be like, oh, he's locked up. He locked up. You feel me? Like that's gonna change a whole lot of things for me. You feel me? That's gonna switch up a whole lot. It's not you just got you get locked up and you come out, or free him, free her. Nah, that people's life gonna change. You feel me? I'm not trying to have my life change. Every time I've done something stupid or something I know that could get me locked up or killed, I just be thankful if I make it out, or while I'm doing it, I know what the fuck I'm doing, what can happen. And you gotta ask yourself, like, is that something you really want to play with? Your life, your freedom? Because if you ain't got your freedom took away from you, that shit is not cool. And I barely got like a tiny ass crumb. You feel me? Because I know people who got their whole life taken away from them. You know, being out in these streets doing shit, being at the wrong place at the wrong time. Like, you know, this shit's crazy. Like that whole shit. Like, thank God that I know, like that certain shit's gonna fuck me over. Even though I know I'm gonna get something out of it. Even in the long run, like even if you go rob somebody, you might run into dude later on in life. And like I tell my friends to gang bang and do all this shit. Like, yeah, that's your gang, that's who you rock with. But let somebody catch you slipping at the store by yourself. You ain't gonna be able to run to nobody. You ain't gonna be able to call nobody. Especially if you don't got it on, you ain't gonna be able to do shit. You feel me? Like that temptation to do all that other shit, I lost it because I done seen so much. And, with my family, that's just something I gotta outgrow. And maybe one day I have when I have my own family, I could have that feeling for my kids that I want as a kid. So that's all I gotta say.